Hey guys, Happy New Year and welcome to January 2020 Energetic Insights. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Depika Mystery, and for the past couple of months, I have been sharing energetic insights. And this is really geared at for those of you that are quite practical, however, developing this energetic side to you and are looking for guidance and practical insights to help you to navigate your way through. So, if that sounds like you, welcome, you're here at the right place. How are you all doing? How was December for you guys? Let's take a moment to revisit December. So, if you watch the December Energetic Insights, you will remember me mentioning this kind of taking a step back with a forward momentum. And some of us may have been kind of going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards quite a bit in December, and maybe finding ourselves not being able to fully move forward. The good news is in January, you are going to be moving forward. And I'll come to that in a minute. So for many of us in December, it was really about, it's not that we weren't moving forward. We were moving forward, but we were facing in the wrong direction. For some of us, we may be facing backwards. So our forward motions would feel like we were moving backwards, but actually we were facing backwards. So therefore, in some ways, we were moving backwards. However, many of us would have found that we needed to course correct and turn ourselves around. So if you haven't kind of figured that out at the moment, take a moment and sit with it. So am I facing backwards? Which direction am I facing? Am I facing backwards or am I facing forwards? And that will give you some clarity in terms of which direction you're facing, and it will help you just to naturally course correct. And for many of us in December, we were entangled with a lot of our past stories and our past wounds and past traumas. And we're now coming out of completely at the other end of them. So there's really some good news ahead. So let me dive into January 2020. Wow, I've got 4 different themes that are kind of coming through. So I'll just go through each one of them because they're kind of interwoven as such. The first thing that I get for the beginning of this month is really about tying up loose ends. Have taken a moment and asking yourself, what do I need to just finish off? What do I need to say goodbye to? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to release? What am I holding on to that I no longer need to hold on to? And there's another part of this, which is like, where is it that I'm keeping hold of this stuff because I'm afraid? I'm afraid that I'll get rejected. I'm afraid that I won't get that opportunity again. You see that fear and that place that you're in is really a place of scarcity. So just really tying up those loose ends and saying goodbye to that. And by tying up those loose ends and saying goodbye, you're kind of almost creating that space, the brand new space, to allow this new energy to flow through. And the new energy that's flowing through right now is one that it's just so abundant. That's a word that just keeps coming up. It's just abundant in so many different shapes and forms. So allow yourself to tie up these loose ends and have a look and just take a moment and just journal if you want to journal. What is it? What are the loose ends do I need to tie up? What am I still holding on to? And just ask yourself the questions and see, and what you'll find is that they will naturally come to the surface and you will naturally be able to say and finish that off, right? And just to add to that, before moving on to the next part, have a look at the projects. And which projects do you need to finish off? Which projects do you need to say goodbye to? Have a also look inside yourself. What are your beliefs? What is your programming? What are your thought patterns? And then have a look at your relationships. What relationships do you need to say goodbye to? So there's different elements of this, okay? So the next part of this is, I'm terming it as taking a moment to be present, okay? And to just pause. So I'll rephrase that. It's taking a moment to pause and be present. And what is this about? Is, throughout your day to day, it's taking that extra time and that really being conscious about just pausing. You may be in the kitchen washing your dishes or something like that. Take a moment just to pause And you can use your eyes, your ears, and just listen at what's around you. What do you see around you? And then close your eyes and allow yourself to feel what's around you. Just feel it all. And what this actually does is it allows you to align with the new energies that are coming in. So it's almost like you're standing still, and by standing still, the new energies that can come through you and integrate with you. And what you may experience is that you may feel something happening in your body. You may feel a little bit more invigorated. Some of you may feel a little bit drained, so you might need to rest a little bit more. But you'll start feeling the energy working its way through your body, which is absolutely fantastic. It may be scary for some of you, but don't worry, just allow it to happen. And for those of us that are sensitive, just be aware that your sensitivities are going to be even more heightened. So, and if you're new and you're developing your sensitivities or your sixth sense and becoming more aware of that, this is a period where they're going to be heightened, and it's because there's the new energies that's coming through has got a much higher vibration, which is uplifting us all at the moment. So that means our sensitivities will be heightened. So therefore, we're able to sense a little bit further afield, and there'll be more clarity to what we sense as well, and we'll be able to pinpoint it. And it's almost like I kind of get the camera effect, which is a zoom in and zoom out type thing. So with that, it's just making sure that you also upgrade your boundaries with that. And you don't particularly need to know exactly what does it mean to upgrade my boundaries. You can just sit with the question, what does upgraded boundaries look like for me? And just allow yourself to kind of feel into it and see what you actually get for that. With this, by taking a moment and with this new vibration that's coming through you, it will also start to affect those that are around you. And you'll find that those around you will be rising up with you as well, which is really, really, really exciting. One thing to be cautious of here is that if you are someone, this is where the upgrading your boundaries come in really important. You're someone that is constantly helping other people around you and helping them to rise up. I would just caution a little bit, which is around, how are you doing that? Are you someone at the moment that if you see someone that is stuck in the well, are you putting a ladder down the well, climbing down the ladder, putting them on your back and carrying them up the ladder and out the well? Or are you someone that will hand the ladder back to the person stuck in the well and encourage them to climb up? So if you were the former, I encourage you to be aware of that and move to the latter, because the latter is a lot more empowering, not just for yourself but for the individual that will be climbing up the ladder. And I think they're so ready now to climb up the ladder that you don't need to carry someone on your back to do that. That's like the past stories in there. So that's one to watch for. And then, so for many of us, we would have felt that we were stuck in the mud or we were in muddy waters. So the muddy waters is becoming clearer. And with this is coming a greater sense of clarity and focus. So things that we weren't sure about, the things that we couldn't see, the directions that we needed to move in, the decisions that we needed to make, what were our next steps, many of us would have been a little bit blinded by these muddy waters. But that, I think it's probably from the middle of January towards the end of January, it just becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. That's why it's so important to take moments to pause and to be present, because that will help with the new energy. And then with the muddy waters clearing, things are just going to get, it's almost like, or I'm kind of seeing like crystal bright, you know, when sunlight reflects off a lake and it's just blinding and it looks like diamonds. That's the kind of imagery that I'm getting. So everything's going to become really, really crystal clear. So this is great, those of you that have been waiting for it. And those of you that have been hiding in the muddy waters, you won't be able to hide for much longer in that. But it is on a soul level, it's what your soul wants, to kind of come out of that muddy water. So just allow yourself to come out through that. Because the next part, the last kind of part of the January insights is that it really is now time to walk forwards. So like I mentioned earlier, many of us have been entangled with our past stories, our past traumas and past wounds. So many of us have been kind of bringing that forward each other step of the way. So when I mentioned about tying up loose ends, part of tying up loose ends is leaving your past stories in the past. And when I talk about time to move forward, it's really about being here now in the present moments and taking that forward step. The past and past is behind you. There's no need to carry that past forward with you anymore. And yeah, so that's the exciting things, and the energies are really supporting us to kind of move forward with that. And the great thing about this is that you will not feel, in the past many times we've tried to move forward, some of us may have felt like this pulling sensation that's been pulling us back, but right now there is no pulling sensation. It's almost like allowing your heart to lead and moving forward with your heart. So I hope that this insight has helped you and you've enjoyed it. If you've loved it, please like, comment below and share it with those that will love it. And just pay, I am actually, if you sign up for I can't even say it, sign up for my mailing list, I am also doing a whole 2020 energetic insights. So if you're curious about what the rest of the year looks like at a high level, please sign up for my mailing list. I will probably be sending it out to my mailing list on Monday, the 6th of January. So stay tuned and look forward to seeing you next month. Have a great month. Take care now. Bye bye.